right. Good day, everybody. We're here with Michael, and he's with John the Plumber in Pompano Beach, Florida. Hi, Michael. Nice to see you.
Hi, nice to see you.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us today and being willing to sit with us and tell us a little bit about your company and how you got started and how you got where you are today. So why don't you just start with where you started? How did you get to be John the Plumber?
John the Plumber was started by my father, John, hence the name John the Plumber, in 1979. He moved out here from New Jersey. They were down here on vacation and driving around looking at houses and found a house they loved, bought it that day, and ended up moving to South Florida like on the spur of a moment. So anyway, they moved down, took that was in 1977. It took him a couple years to get his license together. And then he started John the Plumber in 1979. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1987. But he just wanted to keep it him. John the Plumber never had any visions of growing it into a large company. And when he passed away in 87, my brothers, John and David, took over the company. And they also they didn't have intentions to grow it into a large company, just doing plumbing to support their families. And I got involved. I pretty much worked in plumbing my entire life. As a plumber, you always need a helper, and I was the helper, digging the ditches, cleaning the fittings, going to fetch tools. The shop was at our house, so I was able to go into the shop and play around with all the stuff that was in there. My friends and I used to get the supply tubes and take little bits of putty and roll them up and make blowguns out of them and
Love
run
that.
around shooting each other. Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that, but having access to all the tools and everything, I was always messing around with it. And I love the smell of soldering and the flame on copper and like going with my dad to the jobs when he would let me. So I've always been around it. And then after high school, I went to FAU in Boca, majored in business and finance. I had a double major. After that, I went to work for Merrill Lynch, and I really didn't like the corporate world. I was doing finance for them. I was there almost 2 years and just had this realization that if I put as much effort into my family business as I am this, I think I could make more of it and it'd be more rewarding, better job security as I would be part of the creation of it. After Merrill Lynch, I came back to John the Plumber, and that was when I really dedicated full time. I did have my license prior to going to Merrill Lynch. Right out of college, I was in the habit of studying right away. My mom was like, go get your license. You have the time and experience. I put in all these years, so go get it. So I did it, and then I had that. So after Merrill Lynch, came back to the family business, and yeah, it's been great. I love what I do, and I feel like I'm on vacation all the time when working because I was always working when on vacation. So when I wasn't in school, I was plumbing with my family. So it didn't really feel like a job. So I had this sense of always being on vacation, and I loved what I did. And so I was in the field and I worked as a plumber for a very long time, up until about probably 5 years ago is when I got out of the truck and into the office and really started working on the business. That's when things really started to change. I was able to dedicate the time necessary in order to put the pieces together in order to build what we have today. And I feel like we're just getting started with where we're at today. I have a great team of people. I'm so proud of the people that have come and risen through the ranks and now are leading John the Plumber. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for my team. But yeah, having this business that was created by my dad and the ability to take it now and create a legacy business in his name. And that's why I put his face on everything, is because I wanted for everyone to know who John the Plumber is. Yeah, it's been such a blessing to my family and a lot of other families.
I love that. It just sounds like such an American story, doesn't it? One guy had a vision of something and then he passed that on to his kids. And like you said, now it's a legacy. And you're not just changing your own life or your family's life, you're changing the lives of the team. Every team member who's involved in the company feels that, right? And that's exactly what you want to hear when someone tells their story. And not only that, but take it one step further to the people you're touching in the lives around you in the community. And that's amazing. I love that. So is there a third generation of,
So we are actually, I am the third generation.
oh, okay.
So not in John the Plumber, but my grandfather was a plumber in New Jersey. That's how my dad learned. So he was Crowbatch Plumbing and Heating in New Jersey, and they're still around. They're a small shop. My grandfather started that in the 1940s. And when my dad moved down here, my brothers then took over, and then we're third generation. My brother's sons are actually in plumbing too, but he started his own company. So the fourth generation's back out on their own again.
Okay. You never know what's going to happen, but what a great story. And tell us, moving now to your client base, tell us a little bit about your target market, your ideal customer.
So our ideal customer is pretty much anyone that needs plumbing work. We take a holistic approach to the way we look at the plumbing system. We try not to just go in and just look at the running toilet. Okay, you need to just fix your toilet. We're in and we're out. That's not what we do. We try to do the evaluation of both entire home. So that way, if there is anything that could be a problem in the future, we want to address it now before it's a problem in the future. Our mission statement is to protect our customers and their homes. So part of that is trying to look for your heaters 15 years old. People don't typically look at their heater or wonder when I should replace it. It's just when there's a problem, either water on the floor or no hot water. So those are the two things that typically create the need to get a new heater. We take the proactive approach and take a look at it. If it is that age, I will give you a price to replace it before anything happens, because it's always going to happen at the worst time. On the weekend, which we do service on weekends, we do have them covered there, but holidays, it's just an inconvenient time. It's better just to schedule it. We do try to take the holistic approach, look at everything over, your main shutoff valve to your house. Does that function? How old's your heater? Or is there anything else that could be an issue? Rusty P-traps or valves under your sink that don't work. So if you did have an issue, can you shut the water off? We like to educate our customers on where the main shutoff valve, or we call it the emergency shutoff valve to your house is. So if you do have an issue, you can shut it off and mitigate the damage. So we take an educational approach as well, but our ideal customer is pretty much anyone that has plumbing in their house. That's who we're looking for.
I love that. And it sounds like you also touched on what sets you apart, what sets John the Plumber apart from other companies. That's a fair question. It sounds like your holistic approach to it, protecting the client's home, let's get ahead of the issue. Sounds like that's something that's special about your company and unique, is not just fixing it, but let's make sure that this doesn't happen before there's a problem.
Yeah, and what caused the problem to begin with? So typically the water causes the problem. So chlorine in the water will deteriorate flappers and fill valves and toilets, the parts in your shower cartridges, you'll get scale buildup. So we promote water filtration as well, because if you get that to protect your house, that protects your home and you as the customer that's receiving that. So now you have good drinking water throughout the home, and you're also protecting all your fixtures and appliances. And your heater will last longer. Everything lasts longer, including yourself if you're drinking good water.
Of course. Yeah, that's a good point. So obviously, being in business for as long as you have, you've tried probably a lot of different marketing approaches. What historically has worked? What hasn't? What have you tried and realized, oh, that's not for me, that's not for us? Let's touch on that a little bit.
So what hasn't worked for us is like these home magazines that go out where people flip through and there's a million contractors in there.
Yeah.
I just received one the other day, flipped through, it's all window and door companies. That's just full of it. It should just be called the Window and Door Magazine. Those types of publications have not really worked. We are doing networking through BNI. You get to meet a lot of great people doing that. So that's been very successful for us. Working with plumbing and HVAC SEO has been amazing. We've never been busier than we are right now. And I attribute that to how well our marketing is being taken care of now. So having a great website is important. Making sure your Google is dialed in with the pay-per-click and the local service ads. Plumbing and HVAC SEO has been really doing a great job. So I get all the emails with regard to the local service ads, and my inbox is full of them.
Wow.
So it's great to see. Google is definitely the number one way to market and to grow the business. We do have to throw a lot of stuff out there. Yelp has been okay for us. Nextdoor has not really worked for us. There's a lot you have to do. The branding, getting the trucks wrapped, making sure our building emulates our colors, which are red, white, and blue, and putting signs up at the ball fields of the local park. So stuff like that's been successful for us. Another thing we've done is referral cards. So when we have a technician come out to your home, if we do the work and you're happy with the work, we'll give you a referral card. So if you know a neighbor, friend, coworker, whatever it may be, that you think would benefit from our service and they book and use us, we'll send the person who referred us $50 in form of a gift card. And then the person getting the new service, they receive $50 off. So that's been a good way of kind of grassroots type of marketing.
Yeah.
We've also tried door hangers, that sort of thing, putting signs out behind our trucks just to let people know if we're in the neighborhood and you need a free estimate, give us a call and we'll come on over.
That's awesome. And you touched on it a little bit about the baseball diamond, putting signs up there, but we all know how important community involvement is and having that trust factor in the community. You know, when you're a single woman at home for the day and you have to have a plumber come in your house, obviously trust is a big thing. What do you do, if any, do you do any community involvement?
That's one area where we're looking to be more involved.
Love it.
We did participate in the Pompano Beach Chamber of Commerce golf tournament. We set up a booth and we had people chip balls into a toilet bowl, wiffle balls, otherwise break the toilet. But if you get one in, you get a ticket. Everyone you get in, you get 3 shots. Everyone you get in, you get a ticket to put in the raffle. And then we raffled off a toilet, which supplied and installed. So that went over really well. Outside of that, we donate meals to the Pace Girls at Thanksgiving. We typically do about 25 meals for them. So full Thanksgiving dinner with the pumpkin pie, apple pie, just for these girls that are trying to get their lives back together. We've been doing that for years. And I'm trying to get something together for Christmas. This year we were talking about doing Joe DiMaggio. I think they have the toy donations for the kids there. Kids are something that I have a soft spot. And if there's any way we can help out children, I would love to do that. We've thought about beach cleanups. We have a lot of good ideas. Just putting them into place is what becomes the challenge. It's Thanksgiving's here. And it's okay, let's do this for Christmas. And then Christmas, and it's just gone in a flash. So we really have to be a little better prepared this coming year in order to have our marketing calendar. And that's what we're trying to create, is so we know exactly what we're doing and how to coordinate it and who's in charge throughout the year. So we don't skip over important things.
That's amazing. It sounds like you're full of ideas and you have the heart of giving, which is so important. And it really goes a long way. And it's not about, no one does this to get something from it, but it does build that trust factor. It does build that community connection. And you just end up being top of mind for people when they need a service, and you just gain that trust. So it's great to hear that you've got these ideas, and I'm excited to see what happens in 2026 for that. So you'll have to keep me posted. We know that also online reviews are obviously very important. Google reviews. What, if anything, do you do for incentivizing your team and your clients to get those Google reviews?
Google in particular has been a focus of ours for probably about 5 years now. If you see a good review, that builds trust in the customer. If you're going to go out to a new restaurant or stay at a hotel or go somewhere on vacation, the first thing that I'm doing is looking for reviews. What did other people think about this? Reviews are really important to us. They really mean a lot to our business. And I attribute the growth that we've had to the reviews that we've gotten. I think we're getting up near 3,000 Google reviews now, which is incredible. When we
Yeah.
first started the initiative, we were under 300. We've always had good reviews, but they're far and few between. So we made it part of our process to, at the end of your call, ask for the review, but we make it easy for the customer to leave us the review also. So when we complete the job, they get a link that they can just click on and leave a review because we want to know what people think of us. We also send out surveys that are not through Google, but we do get feedback from customers. They go out to a lot of our customers. They're random. That way we get a better insight on how we're doing as well. It's just another form of checking with our customers to see how we're doing. But I feel like reviews will always be a really important part of our business. Just to give our team incentives, I do give our technicians and office. Our office gets a lot of 5-star reviews mentioning the girls in the office and what a great experience they had with them. But any Google reviews, the technician or office, I'll get a $10 spin anytime they're mentioned. But it's easy for us to keep track of who's getting what reviews with the software that we have, keeps track of all that stuff.
Amazing.
But we'll always be focused on reviews, and anytime, and it's rare that we do get a 1-star, but it happens. If we did something wrong, we own it. And we always try to reach back out and how do we make this better?
Yeah.
I never want an unhappy customer.
No.
The 1-stars really bother me when I see them.
Yeah, it's a bit crushing when you get those, but you know what? It's all part of the process, and it's also an opportunity to show other people how you handle the situation, because in your reply, you can walk through what you've done and what measures you've taken so that doesn't happen again and how to make it right. So there's a lot of benefit also from the 1-star review in terms of learning and showing the clients how you handle those negative reviews, which is really important as well. Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is a little bit on the social media side of things. What do you do, if anything, for social media or brand awareness?
We did just promote one of our guys to becoming a content creator for us. So he's been producing some social media videos in order to educate our customers on different things. How old's your water heater, water filtration, leaks that you may not know you have, why it's important that you have the whole home evaluation.
Yeah.
We're just trying to show our personality through social media. Who are we as a company? I mean, because you could do this cookie cutter marketing stuff and not really show who you are. But we want to portray a company that we care for our customers, our employees. We have fun at work, and we try to keep it light, laugh a lot, but we don't want to goof around. We want to be productive. So we want to have fun, but be productive, because everyone's here to achieve personal dreams.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I don't have guys here that they're here for a job. This is a career.
Yeah.
So I really feel they show up and they're driven and they want to make the customer happy, because ultimately that's what we need to do.
Yeah. Amazing. It sounds like I have to admit, there's not a high volume of people that are really jumping on the video content bandwagon just yet in our industry. So it's really cool to see that you're ahead of the game there. And a great place to start is answering your FAQs in a video format. It's amazing. Then those can be uploaded to your website, and there's lots of cool things you can do. So it sounds like you've spot on got the concept there. What about, we all know that the business rule is 80% of your business should come from existing clients. How do you go about touching your existing client database?
So we have a newsletter that goes out via email. We don't have a physical form. We try to do most things digitally, but we do reach out. We have our CSRs call out just to touch base with customers. We also have, we do business with you, back end marketing through a company called To Your Success. So if we do a heater for you, for instance, you'll get one of these cups that'll come with a thank you card. And that comes with a survey as well. How did we do? Because we really want to know did we leave your house clean and neat? We just want to give you something to remember us by. So if you have this, you're probably not going to throw it out. These are really nice cups and it's something that lasts. So we played around with the idea of sending them candy or cookies, but then you eat them and it's gone. Yeah, nice, but I wanted something that would stand the test of time, and you put it in your cabinet and then you see us in your cabinet. And then if you do have a problem, you're probably going to give us a call.
100%. Yeah. Brand awareness. What, if anything, coming ahead in the next year or two, is there any new service or new technology that you see coming into John the Plumber?
We've really been focused on water filtration.
Okay.
So whole home water filtration, point of use
Yeah.
water filtration. Yeah, I'm passionate about clean water. I joined the Water Quality Association in 24, I think it was, and I got my certified water specialist designation last year. So it was about a year-long class, and then you take a test at the end and you get your certification. And I just wanted to be well informed for our customers. There's a lot of stuff out there, especially in water filtration, of products that they're claiming do things and they don't. And I just wanted to be educated with regard to what is the best product to recommend for our customers. So water filtration, something that isn't typically offered from a plumbing company, but it goes hand in hand. Like I said earlier, why did this problem occur?
Yeah.
It occurred because of the water. And if you treat the water and make it better for the customer to drink, to shower in, and to also protect all the fixtures and appliances, it's a win-win for everyone. Plus, you don't have to spend so much money in water, bottled water, and all that plastic isn't going into the ocean.
Yeah.
So there's so many positives about it. So that's one of our main initiatives for this year, is to really promote water filtration. But people aren't going to know we do it unless we tell them.
Of course.
So we're trying to educate our technicians on it. And we do every Tuesday, we've been doing trainings on water filtration.
Wow.
So trying to get them up to speed and comfortable talking to
Yeah.
our customers about it. It's not really that complicated. And again, you just have to offer it in order for people to know that you do it.
Yeah. That's great. I'm excited to see where that goes and see the success of that push for the water filtration. Now, if you were sitting across the table from somebody who was saying, Michael, I really want to start my own plumbing company. I really want to grow my brand new plumbing company. I've already been at it for a couple of years and I just don't see the growth. What is one piece of advice you would give somebody who wants to move in that direction?
Get a coach. So that was one of the first things, like once I got out of my van into the office, it was, I read books. You can read a million books, but it's about how do you put these things into action? What do I work on first?
Sure.
Okay. So who better to talk to than someone that has already done this? So I've joined Service Nation Alliance. It's a better practices group throughout the United States.
Yep.
And through Service Nation, I met my business coach, my current team of coaches, because he's grown from the two guys into a team of people, and they're amazing. They help us so much. I couldn't be where we are today without them.
Okay.
Getting around other business owners that have done what you are looking to do is the most important thing you're going to be able to do, because you don't want to reinvent the wheel And what's the sense of making the mistake if someone can steer you away? Now, making mistakes and failing, it's a great way to learn. But if you could just avoid it, why not? So I would wholeheartedly recommend getting a coach or
Right.
a coaching team or joining an organization like Service Nation Alliance.
Amazing. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and very excited about this year. 2026 is going to be amazing. So thank you very much for joining us. And we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.